Hey, we're back again. This is Barely Sober News and Reviews. George, please tell me, you've never seen this? I still refuse to believe.
Never seen this. X-Men opening
Oh, it's amazing.
to the cartoons.
I'm glad I could have helped you out with that.
I liked it though. It made me jacked up. When Wolverine came up, I was like, oh shit, Wolverine.
It's probably the best opening to any cartoon ever.
I liked it.
Alright, hey, we're back again. This is episode 3 of our podcast. Today we're going to be talking about just some general movie news, TV news. We're going to be talking about Game of Thrones Season 1 because George has only seen
Finished season 1. Woo!
We will get there one season at a time.
One season at a time.
We're working on it.
I'm loving it though.
And of course, The Walking Dead is
Walking
back.
Dead.
So we will definitely be talking about that, the latest episode, and maybe what's to come, couple predictions, theories, whatever. So if you're at home listening to us on YouTube, crack open a beer because we're drinking. Drink along with us. We're drinking Foster's right now. Two couple of oil cans. We're spilling beer while we're cheersing all over the mic. But yeah. All right, so let's get into it.
What do we got?
Let's start off with some barely sober news. First up,
I gotta mop this up.
we got a little bit of a Foster's mess, but
I spilled all over my computer. I gotta collab it up. All right, what do we got, Chris?
Up in the news, John Wick 2 has landed a release date of February 10th, 2017.
Right.
What do you think about that?
First off, never even seen the first one.
Well, okay. let me break it down for you in 2 sentences.
From you and from other people, I've heard how good the movie is.
It's a good movie. It's a good action movie. It kind of like brought me back to like some classics 80s action movies where it's just like one dude against like 1,000 dudes with machine guns and just fucks them all up.
I love 80s movies.
Oh yeah, you'd like it.
80s
I think you'd like it.
action movies?
I mean, really. Spoiler alert: the puppy dies in the beginning.
What? That's a dog.
It's all about the puppy.
Where can I? Well, first, can you at least tell me right now where can I find it?
Where can you find what?
John Wick.
John Wick.
I have to go
I think I watched it on HBO Go. You could probably find it on that.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. February 10th. It's pretty interesting. It's Valentine's Day weekend. I don't know. I think that has something to do with the popularity of Deadpool recently. Kind of playing off that, or.
Was John Wick the original R-rated?
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, I'm speaking off the cuff, but I think it must be R-rated. It was pretty on the violent side.
Let me look real quick. Okay, so came out in 2014. Why am I not? Whatever.
So the interesting thing about it is that it's like.
Yeah, it's R-rated.
I feel like they're trying to like play off this Deadpool sensation right now, where they had so much success on Valentine's Day weekend, and like also was like a very bloody R-rated action movie, you know. And they're like, are they just trying to like fall to those footsteps there?
Well, you also said that John Wick 2 is coming out when what?
50 Shades.
50 Shades of Grey too. The second 50 Shades of Grey.
50 Shades Darker.
Darker, whatever. Sure, if you can go.
Have you ever seen that first movie?
Yeah, I have a little bit. I was watching it. Like, barely watching it, but
I
like
watched
we
it
were
with
watching
Selva. That movie. Oh my god, it was
every
terrible.
cliche.
It was terrible.
In every, I was like, there was a girl there. It was Ariel's. I was with our friend Ariel and his fiance. And I was like screaming at her, like every cliche in every female movie is happening right now.
Yeah, it was so obvious. It was
like literally,
like every girl just wants to like be in, like, oh, my life's not going well.
You're a billionaire. I'm a virgin. Take control of me.
Yeah, take control of me. And like, come on, like he really didn't even do anything. What did he do? Like spank her?
He's just like, I own you. Sign this contract.
Yeah, and then he like gave her a little spanking. Like, all right.
But yeah, so John Wick 2 will be coming out for 50 Shades 2.
Yeah, so they'll be competing against each other.
But I think it's a good setup.
So you think it's a good move?
I think it's a good move.
I think so too.
Okay, so your girlfriends want to go out and see this 50 Shades of Grey. What do your boys want to do? You go see John Wick 2.
But what happens with the boyfriends and girlfriends that don't want to split up? They have to make that decision. The guy is going to be like, I want to see John Wick 2. girl's gonna say, "I want to see 50 Shades Darker."
Then your relationship is just on test.
Yeah.
People.
You know what? I think John Wick 2 is more for like the single guys anyway.
Yeah.
You know, they're not trying to drag their girlfriends there. They're just like...
No, but the thing is, it's like that...
And 50 Shades
Darker
is for single girls.
But let's say, okay, how about this? Well, then all the single girls are going to go see 50 Shades of Grey. All single guys are going to go see John Wick 2.
It's going to be a big-ass orgy on...
right? And then the movies get out and they're going to the bar.
Everyone's horny. The guys are all bloodthirsty. The girls are all fucking
They're
horny
just getting it. All of them just like, yo, I just saw John Wick. I'm jacked up on testosterone. The other girl's like, I just saw 50 Shades. I'm vulnerable.
So John Wick 2 is going to be called John Wick Chapter 2. That's the title. At least that's what they're saying.
Right.
So that leads me to think. I mean, I know you didn't see the first movie. I don't want to get into too much details. I mean, basically, fucking Theon Greyjoy from Game of Thrones kills his puppy.
No.
And then John Wick is this big assassin just trying to get revenge the whole time. But to call it Chapter 2, that makes me kind of think that it's a continuation of the same story instead of like a separate situation that happens. You know, just I don't know. It's hard to talk about it since you don't know the details of the movie.
It's saying it's for John Wick Chapter 2. It's just saying, you know, there's no plot out yet, but it's saying continuing stories of former hitman.
The things that are known is that this time, I think last time it took place in like Jersey City. This time it's going to take place, or at least part of it, in Rome.
Oh.
So that's kind of interesting.
You think he's going to go Jason Bourne on that ass?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of similarities to Jason Bourne.
Maybe because he's killed, I'm assuming he killed like a lot of these people.
Yeah.
That the main
it's like
boss...
Taken 2, like, you know, right?
Yeah, like the main boss is in fucking, what would you say, like Rome?
Yeah.
Somewhere. So then they're trying to come after him because he killed all his contacts in New Jersey.
Well, the new enemy is going to be a female crime lord, and apparently the rapper Common is going to be their main head of security, and that's kind of going to be who Keanu Reeves is like going up against. So, yeah, I mean, we'll keep a good eye out for that. You should definitely check out the first movie if you haven't.
I will.
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's a fun time. I mean, there's not much depth to it. It literally is just like Keanu Reeves just killing people the whole movie, but
who doesn't like that?
It's fun.
Who doesn't like Keanu going nuts on people?
I haven't seen that since The Matrix, and
you know how that turned out. What we got?
All right, so Deadpool obviously is what we saw the night before we recorded our first podcast, and we loved it, and now it's up there smashing box office records. So
smashing it.
I mean, it was tracking for $55 to $60 million domestically for its opening box office weekend, and it made $132 million that opening weekend. Smashing a bunch of records. 32 plus. I mean, and now it's at 333 million worldwide, so I mean, it's killing it. I mean, you had what'd you have? You had something pulled up before. It broke all sorts of records, right?
Oh, it broke records on the winter release, on the release in February this week. What's it called? On the release for like comic book movies in this time, and the release in the winter time. And it some say, like, also read things that they sound like they planned it to be this, like they kind of assumed that the R-rated was going to be this success, but I don't know. But to put it, if they felt like it was going to be such a success, do you think that they would have put it in February where they just not very successful to put out a comic book movie?
Yeah, I mean I always thought that was like so strange, and like with the marketing, I mean they had like one of the best marketing campaigns ever probably. I don't know if you even like saw some of that stuff. Like, this is kind of embarrassing, but I watched The Bachelor and I saw like the like they did like a whole like, you know, marketing thing like during The Bachelor. And It's like, why are you marketing Deadpool during The Bachelor? But it's genius. I mean, they're getting like all these girls and me that are watching The Bachelor on a Monday night getting hyped up about Deadpool. And I'm only watching The Bachelor because
Yeah, okay.
But,
all right.
I mean, whatever. Fuck it.
Don't you try to cover your ass.
That Juan Pablo season really got me.
That Juan. But the thing is, this 2016 is such a year for comic book movies that they're literally putting this one.
They're starting off strong, that's for sure.
Yeah, but they're putting this one in the beginning, like, oh, like this one might fail or whatever. But there's still so much positive, so much potential for the rest of the year that it's not. Deadpool will not make or break the rest of the year for comic book movies.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think Fox knew they had some like gold on their hands with this one. I think they filmed it with a super low budget. I mean, they kept alluding to that during the movie too. You know, and with that one great scene.
Maybe they wanted to have low expectations for everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what it was. I think it was just a lot of like creative genius. I know that they kept making like knocks about the low budget because remember that one like great scene where Deadpool knocks on the X-Men mansion and Colossus and
they can't afford
answer the door and he's like, that's strange, this is a big ass mansion and it only seems to be 2 of you ever. Like it almost seems like the studio couldn't afford any more X-Men.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
it had to be low budget and they weren't believing in it. And they just put it like like as much as maybe you want to speculate that they knew it was going to be a good movie, I don't believe they did.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think the people that made the movie, I think the director, the writers, and Ryan Reynolds, and everyone producing and whatever involved in it, they knew that this was a great movie. But I think Fox itself was kind of just like, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, we're just going to like, the movie got approved, so we're just going to do it.
Yeah, they were like, it was cheap to make, whatever. If it makes this amount of money, we're fine. I don't think anyone expected it to make as much money as it has been making, except maybe the people that were intimately involved with it, because they must have known they had fucking gold. Okay,
from here, how many other X-rated movies are going to come out?
Well, see, this is like the thing. I mean, this is like probably...
Because I already read an article how the Wolverine 3 is going to be R-rated.
I would love to see Wolverine R-rated. I think Wolverine is the one example where he can be R-rated and amazing, and he should be. I thought the last movie should have been R-rated. I heard that they released like an R-rated Blu-ray version, but I thought it should have been R-rated in theaters. I could see that, but I think the main thing that like I'm worried about this is that like studio executives are all going to be like, oh, everyone loves R-rated movies now, and they're just going to try to turn everything into R-rated.
Yeah,
not everything needs to be. I think, like, don't force it.
Like just some of the well, here's the thing about why. Okay, Deadpool should be R-rated because that's his character, and that's who he is, as I guess Deadpool. Wolverine, I feel like I watch Wolverine. I'm like, there's so many badass things he could be doing.
Yeah,
and then but Iron Man probably PG-13. Like Captain America, PG-13.
What is
some of the
Iron Man gonna be blasting people's heads off? I mean,
yeah, right. Like you want like the Wolverine. You want Deadpool to say some badass things, say some dirty, like punk things to like other people, and make him be like just more hardcore.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, but I guess the main worry is that like studio executives. All they see is the money sometimes. I mean, I don't know. I don't work in the industry.
That's the thing. They do.
Like I work in advertising, and I know that clients see things that are trending and they just want to do that. And it's like, well, it may work for that company, but it's not going to work for yours. And I know it's successful for them. I feel like it's the same with movies. Like I don't need to see all these R-rated movies popping out now. I don't need to see, like you said, like Captain America R-rated.
No. Yeah. The Avengers, no.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm sure some of the DC comic book movies that are coming out, no. But like, yeah, like they need to be smart about it. Like Wolverine, like could be such a great Wolverine 3 could be a great movie. R-rated.
Absolutely.
Deadpool probably should all stay R-rated.
Well, yeah, and here's the thing with Wolverine, similar to Deadpool, his main weapons are violent claws, right?
You're
like
right.
You can't get around that, and it's kind of weird that they have been able to like film him slashing people up without really showing that blood, but he's also a character that doesn't really give a shit.
Yeah, he's a character. He's like, fuck you, dude.
Yeah.
Just like,
so
hey,
it would be cool to see him in a movie.
You killed this bear with a poison bow and arrow.
Is that what happened
in the beginning of it?
Yeah,
his like friendly bear.
It's like a haggard like woodsman.
He's like, yeah, that bear was crazy. It tore through our camp. Oh yeah? Well, because you stuck him with a poisonous needle and went crazy. You didn't track it down and kill it properly.
It reminds me of so he's got those claws, right? And it's like, how do you get around him using those claws without it being
like
violent,
slashing
right?
someone's face?
It reminds me of kind of like the old like Ninja Turtles movies, like Leonardo and whatever. They all have like, Leonardo especially. He's got 2 swords, but he never uses them because you can't do that in a kids movie.
Right? He's like he's cutting other things and not killing people.
Yeah. He like sticks his 2 swords in the ceiling and like holds onto them and kicks someone. It's like, come on, man, you got swords. What are you doing that crazy thing that might not even work?
At least cut an arm off.
Cut a couple arms off, man. At least
samurais
sable some people.
People and samurais and ninjas cut arms off, right?
Yeah,
the
man.
turtles can.
Do it up. Whatever. In the cartoons, they were like always fighting robots and shit. So I guess it worked out. But in the movie,
in the movies, they're
fighting how to
fighting.
do around that.
I guess real fake people.
So let's move on to a pretty sad subject here. This is a little depressing, but the word on the street is that the DC universe may be in trouble, and those are the words that everyone seems to be using. DC universe may be in trouble. This is coming out of a this is coming from a guy named Drew McWeeny.
We're gonna take credible information from Drew McWeeny.
I knew that was coming.
We're gonna be like, wait,
say that name.
Wait, who's saying all this crazy shit?
Fucking Drew Dickface.
Drew McQueenie ass.
Drew McPenis head.
we're going off this guy. Drew got bullied his whole life. Drew McWeenie face. Is that what we're doing? I want to read what this guy said.
Okay, Drew.
But this guy's name's Drew McWeenie, Dick.
Oh, all right, yeah, Drew McWeeny at HitFix. He is saying that my guess is what's going to happen based on what I'm hearing is Justice League is going to get moved back, and that Ben Affleck Batman movie, that's what's going to end up in that spot. My guess is that they're going to throw whatever money it takes at Ben Affleck to get that Batman film to happen sooner rather than later. They're going to rebuild again, and they're going to need to win people over. They're going to need to lay some different groundwork. I don't think this is going to be the springboard into the Justice League that they wanted it to be.
So we're saying, Weenie Face is saying that DC's crumbling and that their only savior is Batman?
Well, I think basically what he's saying is that everyone was hoping that Batman v Superman would be an amazing success, and apparently, according to Penis Face, is not what they were expecting.
But how can they say things like this when the movie hasn't even come out?
Well, because obviously this is coming this is what he's saying, like the executives over at like Warner Bros. Or whatever are saying. So they probably saw it, like the top people, and they're
doing? They're doing the Deadpool and talking this movie down.
Maybe
they're making the hype a little lower. Like, think about if they hype up this movie and it's just it's like a good superhero movie, like, then everyone's gonna really shit on it. But if everyone's talking this movie down, and this movie turns out to be a hit, then it makes it even more extravagant and more impressive.
Well, one thing they're saying here is that despite the possibly negative reviews, they're saying that Ben Affleck as Batman is amazing, and that Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor is also
I've heard that.
reportedly great. So that's... I can kind of see it, though. I mean, I could see that this movie might be just a little over-the-top craziness, and that maybe Ben Affleck as Batman is, like, grounding. Because we were talking before... I think Ben Affleck is a great choice for Batman. You're a little on the fence, right?
I used to be. When it first came out, he was Batman. I absolutely hated it. Because when I see Ben Affleck, I see Ben Affleck. I don't see his character.
I see that. Yeah, I know.
That's what I struggle with. Like, I want to see Bruce Wayne. I want to see Batman. I don't want to see
the
actor.
But Ryan Reynolds was also like a Ben Affleck type person. Now, when you look at Deadpool, it's like that's Ryan Reynolds. Like, I don't see Ryan Reynolds from any other movie.
But the more the trailers come out and the more I see him, like, I'm kind of buying into him as being Batman.
I think he's gonna be great. I will admit though, he kind of looks a little doofy sometimes, like a little.
He does,
a little derpy sometimes in the suit. Like
I thought she was with you. Like what, Ben?
Yeah, I don't know. He sometimes looks a little too much like a grown man wearing pajamas in those trailers, but we'll see.
But what this thing is saying is that right now some of these movies are stinking. And that they're going to throw all this money at Ben Affleck.
Well, I guess...
So that he can make the movies and keep DC Comics
They're not
alive.
talking about the other movies. They're just saying that... I guess they were hoping that Batman v Superman would get everyone, like, pumped about Wonder Woman and Flash and Green Lantern. And I guess what they're saying is, like, it's just not doing it. So, instead of...
I'm pumped about Flash.
Yeah, you're pumped.
I love Flash.
We'll see, though. You might not be pumped after we watch it.
Well, the TV show I hate.
I never watched it. You don't like it? A lot of people like that show.
He's not that witty. Because it's too PG-13. It's too...
Yeah, but the cartoon show that you watch is PG-13 and PG probably. Probably G.
But in that cartoon, in the Justice League cartoons, in the Justice League cartoons, he's like that witty character that I like in it, and I don't see it in the TV show.
Yeah, that is something. Like, I think we were talking earlier. Like, he is like the DC's version of Spider-Man. He needs to like have that lightheartedness to him and like bring in the jokes
He needs to be a little like sarcastic and like a little bit of an asshole.
The Justice League is pretty grim.
Like he's
pretty grim. Like, Batman's got no sense of humor.
Oh yeah,
at all. Superman doesn't either. Superman's just Superman. Like he just.
The Wonder Woman's a straight serious woman.
Yeah, they're all serious.
And was the Green Lantern's like a military man.
Yeah.
And when I watched the Justice League cartoons that I watched, you could even see the Flash is like hitting on Wonder Woman through the whole thing. And there's Hawkgirl that's in it. He's hitting on Hawkgirl. Like, yeah. I enjoy, like, I think that's funny. Like, I love the Flash in those comics.
Yeah. Like, Marvel did a great job at taking their characters and making them, like, very, have, like, interesting, like, dynamics. Yeah, like, they made Thor, who I think before any of these movies, like, Thor was, like, a very serious, like, God of Thunder on Thor. But, like, they kind of twisted it in the movies to kind of, like, make him, like, silly, you know? Like, you could laugh at him. And the same thing with Robert Downey Jr. bringing, like, this charisma to Iron Man that... I think in the comics, Iron Man was much more, like, strict before that, too, so...
But even with Captain America, you can still laugh at some of the things he does. He's very serious in his own way, like... Yeah. But there's sometimes you can be like, oh, I don't get that, and she's like, I don't get that joke. Cause, like,
they find ways to make all these characters,
either one appealing
funny in a way.
Laughing, but will DC do that? Yeah. And at least from what I've seen in some of the cartoons of Justice League, the Flash is, like, all that in some, and I love that, and I want that. And, you know,
I'm okay with the DC characters being more grim and more serious, as long as, like, we care about them. Because, like, I can, you know, Marvel, as great as, like, they've been doing and whatever, like, I don't really care too much about their characters, like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You don't have, like, that emotional attachment?
Yeah. Like, with the Nolan Batman movies, like, I was, like, in there with Batman, like, you know...
Yeah.
You know,
you cared about him.
Yeah. So, maybe... I hope they could pull that off, but we'll see.
Well, yeah. Hopefully, the thing is, they play the characters right. Hopefully they have Flash be a badass and a cool little punk.
So, in our last bit of news, Star Wars Rogue One is obviously ramping up. It's coming out December. We're all waiting for that teaser trailer or something to come out. Any bit of information we can. There's news popping up all the time. Kind of something that's been introduced lately is that Darth Vader might be playing a much more prominent role than we previously thought. We could be fooled, but I think like someone was saying that there was some toys released. Yeah, there was a toy fair recently, like a big toy fair. I forget what it's called. I'm blanking on it. But apparently, like a lot of the toys for Star Wars Rogue One were of Darth Vader. So, you know, originally it was like rumored that he was gonna have a small cameo. Then it kind of grew into like, you know, maybe he's gonna be one of the villains. And then it's like now it's kind of sounding, you know, maybe
he's the main villain in this.
I think that would be sweet. I think that's a great move by them. I mean, I could just picture like a trailer, right? Where you're watching all these characters you don't even know. Like, you can tell it's Star Wars, but you're like, who are these people? I don't give a shit. Like, who the fuck are these people? And then all of a sudden, Darth Vader just comes out, ignites his lightsaber, and you're like, oh shit, I need to see this movie, you know? So, James Earl Jones is coming back to voice him. So, I mean...
yeah, I heard, James Earl Jones coming back. It looks like Forrest Whitaker's in it. And a lot of these other actors, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of actors in it. I feel like they've been like kind of tight-lipped on who's being who, and but we do know it's being described as a war movie. Yeah, like they're like the people working on it are literally describing it as Saving Private Ryan in space,
which will be sick.
I know. I mean, for a little bit of time, I was kind of like, yeah, but that's not really Star Wars. Like, I understand they kind of do that stuff in the comics and expanded universe.
As much as they don't show it, used to not show.
I would now. I've totally come around to it. I would love to see a movie like that. I think that'd be sweet, especially like just to see like a band of soldiers, like a band of brothers sort of thing. Like, you know, this small tight knit group of soldiers trying to do this mission. And it just had like Darth Vader come on the scene and just...
I think a lot of the Star Wars fan base loves Darth Vader. And to play him in the movie as much as they can, I think will only help the movie.
Absolutely.
And to have it be more war-type movie in this type of universe that maybe could... Like, I feel like... I mean, I never read the books or saw a lot of the side TV shows, but there's like a lot of room for creating their own world and their own basis of this Star Wars universe that they can just create whatever they want, especially on the side. And it's a lot of room for opportunity, and hopefully, you know, having Darth Vader as like the full-on enemy can only help them.
Have you seen any of like the set photos from this?
No. I'm seeing some right now. I'm looking at some.
Yeah. I mean it
does look like a war movie. They got big guns in the back. Everyone's in war gear. It looks very dark.
Looks very dark and gritty.
Like there's just guns everywhere and just boxes. Looks like ammunition.
I dig it, man. I am.
It looks like it looks. Everyone's wearing dark colors.
And like we said before, this is the second movie that Disney's gonna make.
You're right, and they can't flop on it.
They're not gonna let it flop on it. It's gonna be amazing. It's definitely gonna be amazing.
Definitely.
And you know, one of the, I guess, probably the only complaint people had with Episode 7 that just came out was that it was too similar to the old movies. You know, too similar to A New Hope. I'm sure like you've maybe heard about that a little bit, where they were like, oh, like it starts off on a desert planet, they put the secret plans into a droid, then this and that, like plot point by plot point, and people really, really didn't like that. It didn't bother me. I was like,
it didn't bother me at all because everything else.
I was like, hell yeah, this looks like Star Wars. like this, yeah, I like it because it is like Star Wars. Why would I not like it? But anyone that was complaining about that, they're going to shut up when this movie comes out, because this sounds like something totally different. If they want different, this is different. Mainstream audience, I'm sure it'll be there. I don't. It's probably not going to do as well as The Force Awakens did.
No, I probably won't do as well, but it will also maybe bring a whole new band of Star Wars fans into it. Think about the people who are like, oh, Star Wars, like, I'm not into it. And then they get, like, this intense fight scenes, intense battle scenes, and war zones that maybe they enjoy. And then it'll bring them into the Star Wars universe and they start watching more.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a great way to kind of open up the universe, because like a lot of people, they just watch the movies, they don't, like you and me or whatever. I just started watching Clone Wars, but I don't read the comic books or like get into the novels or whatever like that. Okay, so it's about that time that we spice this podcast up.
Spice it up. We're about to go hard on this shit. Leading us from talking about Star Wars, we have Star Wars trivia game. We have a lot of questions from the Star Wars series. And this is going to be a very intense battle because we're competitive people, and I know my Star Wars. George is like a newbie. I'm much a newbie. I'm not gonna let you go down. I'm not gonna go down without a fight. I'm gonna take you. All right, so yeah. Brain power. Let me get some drink.
So what's the rules of this? So we have a bunch of cards here with a bunch of questions.
We literally just have cards with questions on them. We're gonna each ask a question back and forth. Get it wrong, you drink. Get it right, the other person drinks.
Okay.
Boom. That's it.
Simple.
What did Yoda have to say to Luke Skywalker about size? You want me to read the
size matters not.
Oh shit, you're right,
bitch. Okay. Who commandeered an AT-ST during the Battle of Endor?
Luke.
Wrong. It was Chewbacca.
Oh.
Going simple on you here, George.
What did Darth Vader tell Admiral Petit not to concern with?
What?
I don't know, dude.
Admiral Petit?
Yeah. A, uncharted settlements. B, orbital
asteroid fields.
Damn it, dude.
Fuck yeah!
I didn't even read the whole damn thing.
I just remember the line by Vader. Oh man, my girlfriend's gonna laugh at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know the thing about this podcast, man, it's like unveiling like this hidden nerdiness I have deep inside.
Apparently, I didn't know you knew this much.
Oh my goodness, it's embarrassing. Okay, who referred to Darth Vader as twisted and evil?
Obi-Wan.
You're right.
Yeah. I didn't even know. I'm just proud of myself. Who was the first to track Han Solo to the Cloud City?
Boba Fett.
Yep. Damn, dude, you're fucking.
Come on, man, fucking give me a challenge here. Give me some expanded universe shit.
I'll get you some hard shit.
Yeah, give me some hard shit. Look, it's my turn first, though. Who killed Jabba the Hutt? I'm giving you easy questions.
Luke?
Oh my god, George. Rewatch these movies. Who killed Jabba the Hutt?
I don't remember the scene when he died. It wasn't
folks.
Wait, it wasn't in that desert thing where it went into...
Yeah, Princess Leia chokes him with the chain.
Oh!
She's in that sexy-ass bikini.
Oh, man. I'm a noushie.
Yeah, George. Go to sleep.
All right. Let me find something.
Drink your beer. You lost.
All right.
Hey, anyone at home playing?
Don't drink when I drink.
Drink whenever George drinks. That's your game. You'll get fucked up, I promise. You got a question for me?
I'm looking for a good one. What strange creature did Luke Skywalker encounter on Dagobah?
Yoda.
Dagobah.
Yoda.
Damn it.
Dagobah. You're embarrassing yourself, man. You're embarrassing yourself. Okay. Okay, we're gonna do one more question each. What did hibernation sickness do to Han Solo when he was locked in carbonite and then he came out?
What did it do to him?
Like, what was his symptoms afterwards?
Wasn't he, like, really cold?
Yeah, I guess he was, but he also couldn't see. That was the main thing.
Fuck.
All right, well, last question.
How tall was Trade Federation Cerise Newt Gunray.
How tall was he?
Yeah.
What am I in the movie like with a tape measure next to him?
You wanted harder questions.
Yeah, but that's just impossible. I don't know, 7 feet, 6.4.
They're all in meters. I'll give you that.
I don't even know. This is America. We don't know meters.
2.10 meters, 2.03 meters, 1.96 meters, 1.84 meters.
Do you hear this question? If there's anyone listening that knows the answer
You
to this
wanted
question,
harder questions.
Yeah, but is there anyone on the planet that knows that question?
It's in the trivia.
That would blow my mind. If someone's just like, oh yeah, Newt Gunray, I know how tall he is. He's exactly this. That's crazy.
You wanted harder questions.
All right. Well, that's okay.
Do you not know? I gave you multiple choice. Do you not know?
I have no idea, man. I sacrificed that. I'm taking a sip.
It was 1.96 meters. Now get your shit together.
Yeah, I obviously need to.
I knew that.
I obviously need to brush up. All right. Now that we're
okay, now let's get to business here.
a tad bit.
Now we're gonna talk. Let's talk Game of Thrones now.
Yeah, let's talk Game of Thrones.
I just finished the first season, and I've been putting off.
Hold on. Before you say anything, you just saw the first season. You knew a little bit about the show. You knew that you would like it. You ended up liking it more than you thought. I want you to rate it 1 to 10 right now.
1 to 10 right now. 10 being the most. I rate it. Shit. I rated a 9.
A 9? That's high. That is really high. What would you rate what would you rate Breaking Bad?
Oh. A 9.
Yeah, I would rate Breaking Bad a 9.
Yeah.
When I first started watching Game of Thrones, I remember telling, probably you. I remember saying, I think this show's better than Breaking Bad. Now, because I was hyped about it, now a little bit later looking back, I think Breaking Bad is a better show, but Game of Thrones is up there.
Here's the thing, everyone has been all over Game of Thrones for 5 years now?
6 years.
6 years? And I'm like, it's whatever, and you've been telling me to watch it since the beginning, and I've been putting it off, I don't really care. Now that I'm watching it, and I just completely, after watching this first season, I got so invested in it. I was just I'm sure I'll like the show, but it won't bring me in, and I'll go crazy for it. Watch the first season. I even texted you. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah. I fucking love this show.
Yeah.
It's doing everything for me that I want it to do. It's literally having me enjoying characters and having me fall in love with some characters and hate some characters. And it's having me, these characters die and things happen that I can't really even guess yet.
It's unpredictable, I'll say that.
Yeah. And I've learned, the thing is, I know enough about, and I've seen some future episodes where I know to not anyone can die at any moment.
Yeah.
I'm expecting that,
More
and
so
I watch it, and I'm like,
yes.
I'm watching it, and I'm like, I can't wait for you to die, I can't wait for you to die, I hope you die soon,
Yeah. Well, and season 1, you're not even opened up into the world yet. Season 1 is
I'm still learning. I'm still learning the families.
The war hasn't even started yet in season 1, right? The war is just starting towards the end of it, where Ned Stark gets his head chopped off, and Robb Stark takes up the title of King of the North, and he declares war against the kingdom. Basically starts a rebellion, and that kind of is what kickstarts the whole series. So season 1 is all based off of the first book, and it's all kind of it's all basically set up. I'm actually really glad that you enjoyed it, because now we can talk about it. I think we were trying to talk about it last week, and you had never seen it.
I've seen a couple episodes last week, and
crushed it.
Now here's the thing, I don't even want to. I think it's I've seen a lot of future episodes. I know about the Red Wedding, and
that's a shame, though.
Yeah. But
my girlfriend's so cold-hearted. We watched the Red Wedding episode She was like, "That's what everyone freaks out about." So what? I was like, "You kidding me?" Everyone's
like I even watched the scene because it was just a big thing when it happened.
Yeah.
And I even watched the scene. I was like, like, who cares? But, like, I didn't know any of the characters.
Yeah.
Now when it comes up, and I'm like, oh, shit, this is like, I even know what the scenery looks like. So I'm going to know when it happens.
My dad, my parents started watching the show after I, like, kind of pushed them to do it. My dad started reading the books, too, or whatever. But it's funny, like, he's always, like, so out of the loop with things. And, like, my mom is, like, always on, like, Facebook and social media. So, like, she knew all about the Red Wedding and, like, she kind of, like, saw it coming. She was like, oh, this is a wedding episode. This must be the episode when everyone dies. My dad was totally fucking, like... he was, like... He was freaking out at the end of the episode, apparently. He's like, what? It's, like, years. And they just watched it, like a couple months ago. So this is, like 5 years later after everyone knows about this shit. Yeah, that's my dad.
But I'm really, like... I did not think I was going to get into the show. I thought I was going to have to, like... really like force myself to watch a lot of it.
Fantasy aspect of it, like, or the medieval.
It's
like,
just I feel like for some of it, like
it's very talky.
It's very talky, and I feel like I was gonna be bored with it.
But if you get into like what they're actually
talking
about,
I'm getting into it, and I didn't think I would.
The political aspect of it, like it's basically like in a nutshell, there's 7 kingdoms. All ruled by one king.
Right.
And the politics of those 7 kingdoms are fucking so interesting, though. Like, everyone's trying to backstab each other.
Right.
Different families are trying to do this and that and gain power. Everyone's trying to... That's why it's called Game of Thrones. Everyone's trying to get that throne, man.
Right. And there's a lot of ways they can get it. And I think probably the next time we'll record, I'm going to be ending of season 2.
Yeah. Definitely.
And then we're going to be right back. We're going to be like, I love this show even more.
Because we're going to do the same thing after we finish this podcast. We're going to watch a couple more episodes.
You know what? I need to catch up so I can start watching season 6 like, for real.
Talking season 1 is tough because nothing too much happens.
So much has happened. I love it. Yeah. Sean Bean, why did you have to die?
He always dies, man.
Sean Bean plays a great... murder.
He's just great at dying.
He's just good at dying. He's just a great dyer.
So you rated it a 9. So what? Like, I just want to put that in perspective of like George. So Breaking Bad is also a 9. Like, what would you rate? What other shows you like? So what would you rate Walking Dead?
Yeah, Walking Dead I rate like tops a 7.
Yeah, I feel the same. Maybe like
tops a 7. A lot of times it's like a 5 or a 6.
It's like
because of this last episode, it has the 7.
Yeah, it's like some episodes of Walking Dead are like a fucking 9, and then some episodes are like a 2. So
I think it's been like, let's say, I'm just gonna be generous and say a 6, but because of this last episode, it's a 7.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, come on, if you're doing the scale, right? All the shows that are out there. It's definitely more than a 6. A 6 is like CSI. You know, like...
CSI for me is like a fucking 1.
Like, for me, like, a 1 is like Dora the Explorer. And then, like, you work
I don't even... The thing is, like, I'm different because I don't even scale Dora the Explorer.
I know.
Like, I don't even know what else is out there. Like, movies and, I mean, shows that are in this type of thing, like, I don't even really watch, I feel like. What else do I even watch? That's even I don't even know. What I mean,
you watch Daredevil. All right, Daredevil.
Okay, Daredevil. Daredevil's. I'm gonna give it an 8.
Okay, fair enough.
For that first year, I'm gonna give it an 8, which you need to watch. It's very good. Second season's coming out on Netflix, which I cannot wait to watch. I'm gonna binge watch the shit out of that.
That does look great. We saw that trailer. It looks good.
It's just like it's like nothing like high quality, but like the storyline and the characters, you're kind of like, I get it and I like it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think this upcoming season's gonna be more badass, and they kind of push the limits a little bit more on like that basic. Like, they kind of break the mold of, I don't know, PG-13-ish, I want to say. Like, they're going more, Punisher's coming.
Yeah,
it's like there's more death going to go on.
The one thing, and I don't want to spend too much time on this, but, like, the one thing that, like, I thought was so cool about that trailer was when, at the end when, what's his name? Benthal, Shane from Walking Dead or whatever. and he says that line. He's like, "You're one bad day from becoming me." It's like, shit, that's pretty true. I mean, one bad day. You just need one bad day to crack.
Right, because he's straight like Daredevil is fighting and like doing everything but killing.
Yeah.
I don't know, you haven't seen for a season, but he's literally doing everything but actually killing his enemies. Right. And it is true. The Punisher's just like, you're one more thing, and then you just once you start killing these people.
So
I'm sure they're gonna fight for the second season, and they're just gonna become great friends.
I don't know. I think they're gonna.
I don't know the story of the Punisher or the Delta.
I feel like the Punishers. I feel like both of them are just kind of like lone wolf sort of guys. So I don't think they're ever gonna like team up like too much. You know, they might team up like briefly, but then go their separate ways. But bring it back to Game of Thrones. I wanna know, just from like a new person's perspective, like, who do you gravitate the most towards? Because I'll tell you like who I did after you.
I can't remember the character's name. I'm terrible with remembering these people's names.
Yeah, it is tough for like people. Like, I read the book, so obviously like I see it in printed form all the time, so I knew who everyone was. But to like, I remember like my parents and my girlfriend and whatever, they struggled. Well, who described them? I'll probably tell you.
The midget guy.
Oh, Tyrion. Yeah, me too. Yeah, Tyrion.
I love Tyrion.
I remember I always tell people before they start, I'm like, this character, you're gonna love him.
I've loved him the whole time.
Yeah, he's awesome. And you haven't even seen season 2, he really shines.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Shit, because like every time, like, he understands, like, listen, like, I can't fight my way out of this. I need to talk my way out of this.
Yeah, it's amazing.
He uses his wit and his like charm and his family history to be like, a Lannister always pays his debts and this and that. You do this for me, and he manipulates people to get his way, and I think it's amazing.
So the author of the books, like, he was one time asked who's his favorite character, and he said the same thing. He's like, Tyrion. He's like, obviously, he's like, I feel so comfortable to write him, but at the same time, he's much wittier than I am. So he's like, when I'm writing the book, sometimes I'll spend like a month or maybe even more just coming up with like one thing that he says because he's so witty,
Right.
He's like, you have to think it out. Like, and if you read the books, I mean, like, it's crazy. The show is just like a crunched down version of it. Yeah, crunched down version. Like, obviously in the book, like, it's going into his head and you read his thoughts, and like, yeah, he's always just completely hilarious and witty and clever. Yeah, he's by far my favorite. Who else besides?
I like Jon Snow.
Yep. Okay.
Jon Snow. Well, the thing is, like, I know I've seen an episode in like season 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And I know he stays alive till then.
Yeah. No, but Jon Snow becomes such a badass. I mean, he really
I've seen him as a badass, and I'm watching him now, and I see him as learning, and I kind of like him.
I think I don't care. I'm spoiling this from you. You've already seen.
I've seen a couple future episodes.
My kind of theory is that, like, the most important people to this whole franchise are going to be Jon Snow, Tyrion, and possibly Sansa. Or Bran. I'm not sure. Actually, it's like all the Starks.
Everyone
always says Sansa. Everyone dies, but you know what? It's like they're all alive.
I don't like Sansa.
Oh, yeah. Me neither. I hate her, but she goes through a lot of, like, character transformation.
She does.
As well.
And the end is at the end of season 1, she has to obey to the king just because.
Yeah. Well, she'll go through a lot. You'll see.
Okay.
That's season 1. I mean,
there's still a lot to come back to.
I think after you see season 2, maybe we should go into like a more in-depth review. We'll go maybe like kind of episode by episode, maybe talk.
Okay.
I think that'd be kind of fun.
I'll take notes on episodes.
Yeah. I think that'd be a good idea.
Okay.
All right. So, big story of the night: Walking Dead. It's back.
It's back, baby.
It came back big. I mean, I stand corrected because I bitched and moaned for like 2 hours straight on our past 2 episodes. But Walking Dead delivered on everything I wanted.
Yeah.
Everything. Like, if you go back and listen, everything that I was like, I don't think they're going to do this. Abraham's not even there. It's not even nighttime. It's not even this. They did all that shit. They just made it happen.
Everything that I thought was going to take the whole season, because you spoiled it for me.
Yep.
Because
I didn't think it was going to happen. So.
I wanted you to. I wanted you to tell me, so it's not, I know. It's not that big a deal. But everything that happened, I was like, yeah, they're going to take a whole season to do all that. Nope, They did it in one episode.
But you know what's so weird about it?
I don't even know where can it go from here.
Oh, it's,
like,
it's just beginning.
Everything that I thought was spoiled, everything I thought was spoiled, happened. I don't even know.
This episode gave me so much faith in the series again because
it's going to crash and burn.
I know, but let me fucking live this. Next week I'll be bitching and moaning again, but let me fucking be happy about it for 1 week because this is what happens with Walking Dead.
This Sunday it's gonna suck.
I know it's gonna be the worst.
It's gonna be an episode of nothing, and I know it.
I know. You know what? I think it's actually going to be just a Daryl and Rick episode.
Oh yeah,
that might be coming up. I don't know, but regardless, forget what's coming. Let's talk this episode.
Don't spoil too much for me because I kind of want to watch without the spoiler.
No, I only know because I saw the trailer.
Right.
It's not Daryl's not even in the comic books.
Oh
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was supposed to be killed early.
In the show, yeah.
Right.
But this episode. I don't know. Like, when it started, I was, like pissed off. I was pissed off when it started, right? I think I was texting you, and I was like, fuck, man.
For what, though? When the guy was on the motorcycles?
Yeah, because I was just, like, for some reason, I was like, it was, like, 15 minutes in, and I was like, oh. It's like, come on, man. Get to No Way Out. Get to the No Way Out storyline. Like, who are these, like, people doing this? Like, I know who they are, like, from the comic books, but just, it wasn't at the right time and this and that. And all of a sudden, Daryl just blows him up with the grenade launcher or the fucking rocket launcher or whatever.
We didn't even see, because he went into the back of the truck with that guy. We don't even see how he killed that guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's a little, like, whatever. It's a little, like, they make Daryl, like, such a superhero sometimes.
Out of nowhere, that guy's just dead. Like, he snapped his neck. And then all of a sudden he's got the RPG just blows up the rest of them.
Yeah, so that took me by surprise. Even though I was like, I know that when that scene started, I was like, I know they have the RPG in the back. I was like, I wonder if they're going to use it. But by the time they used it, I fucking wasn't expecting it at all. I totally forgot about it. So they did a great job with that. But then, like, they had, like, the fakest looking head ever on the ground burning.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that? I texted you that. I don't know. It just looks so fake. Like, this show always has, like, pretty good special effects. And
I don't watch the show because of that, so I don't even pay attention to the show.
Yeah, I know, but I was just, like, it took me out of it a little. I was like, that looks like a rubber head. Like, whatever. I don't care. I didn't care too much. But, yeah, and then it just goes straight from there. But this kind of got me confused because it went straight from there back to, like, where they're all holding hands and walking.
Right, when they're trying to walk through the horde of zombies.
Yeah.
And then the little boy's being a little boy.
Wasn't he saying, like, mommy? But
yeah,
then,
mommy, mom.
But that's what he said, like, last episode, and then this episode, like, he never said it. So
no, he said it. He said it this episode.
Oh, he did? I don't know.
He's like, mom. And, like, and she's like, come on, like, let's go. We're, like, fucking in the shit right now. And he just won't move. Like, he sees the boy zombie. And he, like, freezes.
Oh, yeah, at that point, yeah.
And then that's right when he gets bit crazy. And she's like, and then the mom's, like, screams. She gets attacked. Then the older son, I can't remember his name, pulls out his gun and wants to shoot Carl. And Michonne puts a fucking machete through his chest. And then that's when they run to the house.
I feel like they kill so many, like, the adults kill so many kids on this show.
Just look at the flowers. Just look at the flowers.
Instead of, like, being adults and, like, raising kids, they're just like, just kill them. Like, if they're not growing up right, just fucking kill them.
They're just brainwashed. Just take them out. They can't handle this world. But it's some of it's like reasonable.
Oh yeah, I know.
Like
Imagine like that was like real life, like every
just
time.
Just like this kid can't handle the schoolwork.
Yeah.
Dead.
You got an F in chemistry?
Dead.
Kill him. Not worth it.
No, but it goes from there. Then they go to. Carl gets like that ricocheted bullet.
Yeah.
And then Rick loses his mind and just goes nuts on people.
Yeah. Well, like the thing is like he knows like his son's being operated on. He sees all these zombies outside. He's like, they're eventually gonna like attack the house, you know. So he knows he has to go out there and fight them off, or like Carl doesn't have a chance.
Right.
I loved it. It was great.
I loved it. It's everything that you spoiled for me that it happened.
Yo, just gotta throw out everything you spoiled for me.
I wanted you to, but I thought that it was gonna be the whole season. That it was gonna be like, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
But now what's gonna happen? Like, do they stay in Alexandria and try to rebuild?
Well, yeah, that's like the ending, right? Where he's
like Carl holds his hand, like.
Yeah, well, the ending, like Rick's like getting really emotional. And he's saying like, you know, he's seeing things differently now. Like this is a big change in Rick, where he's like, he's still been on like that point of like surviving, and this is like the point where he's like, we can like actually, like this isn't just a place to like hunker down. Like we could actually make this place a place to live and survive here. Mm-hmm. And like he sees that when like all the other Alexandrian people step up and help him and everyone's fighting, which is like, I'm so happy. That's what I fucking wanted. Everyone like coming out and helping, because that's the greatest thing. So he's basically now realizing like this could be like the start of civilization again. That's what it's in his mind. And now he's like, you know, I hope Carl can live to see it.
Right. So we don't even know. You don't know?
I know it's coming.
Oh shit!
But it's a big it's a big shift. It's a big shift.
The rest of the season's gonna suck.
I don't know, man. Knowing what happens, I don't know how it could suck, but I know that AMC is gonna piss me off. I know that.
We said this last week, and they did not disappoint. Let's see if they actually get their shit together again this week.
It's like they wait until I'm about to walk out the door, and they draw me back in. They're like a manipulative ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, wait a second. We'll do anal. All right, I'll come back.
Yeah, it's like that keen.
Wait a second. You'll have sex with me and my friend. All right, I'll come back. Wait a second. You can come on my face.
You ever see that Key and Peele skit where he's like, it's like the guy is like, he's like being like a total bro. He's trying to break up with this girl.
Right.
He's like, yo, I just don't think it's working. And then like, he like by the time he's like about to like exit, he's about to just leave. She's like, it's okay, I understand. He's about to grab the doorknob, and she's like, I just want to know one thing. And like, the music like drops and
right.
It gets super serious, and by the end of it, they're back like dating, and then he's just like, wait, what the fuck just happened?
I think I've seen that one.
That is The Walking Dead.
That's literally like every time like screw this thing, and they bring me back. And that's the rest of the season's gonna suck. You shouldn't even bother watching. I think
might as well just check in for the final episode.
Might as well. Maybe something will actually happen.
We'll talk again in 8 weeks. 7 weeks from now, 8 weeks, whatever it is.
We're not talking Walking Dead anymore because it pisses me off.
All right. Well, it came back good. It came back strong.
Hopefully it continues
we're happy.
to stay strong.
I'm super excited about it. The same way I always am, but you know, I'm expected to be let down. All right. Well.
That's what we do.
That's it. I mean, this is the end of our show. So
Barely Sober News and Reviews.
Yeah, you know,
episode 3.
If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. You can find me on Instagram at Chris Jokas and George
Peck George.
You can find him anywhere.
You can also find me on
Instagram. I'm sleeping on a cardboard box in the street.
You can find me on Instagram at Peck George. You can find me on Twitter at Georgie Peck. You can also find me at Facebook going George.
just find him.
Just find.
He's easy to find. All right.
Subscribe to our YouTube account. Barely Sober News and Reviews.
Barely Sober News and Reviews.
Like this podcast. Like everything. Give us support. And we're going to support you. Not really, though. But just support us.
And drink up. Enjoy your Saturday night.
That's what it is.
All right. Take it easy.